bit of a cold morning out, but I've come out with my dad on a bit of a, what do you call this? It's a bit of a father-son bonding.
A photographic experience.
That'll do. A bit of a couple of day trip out to a place called York to come and take some photos and hang out and do what fathers and sons do, which is hang out in the wheat belt and look at dead trees. That'll do. Speaking of dead trees. I think we left it just that couple of minutes too late.
I think so. Quickly cleared, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. So even just 5 minutes ago, the mist was really surrounding this tree quite nicely. We couldn't see these trees in the background there.
It's the one up there, because that's still got...
Yeah, I think so. There's another tree up this way that we'll attack next, I think. I still want to get this shot. It really is a shame I didn't take this photo 5 minutes ago, but that's okay, that's what happens. It's a beautiful misty morning though. We've actually been out here for a couple of days already, and yesterday we drove around and took some shots as well. And again, yeah, it was a really nice misty morning yesterday. We actually headed up it's not quite a mountain, headed up a hill, and all the fog, all the mist was sitting in the valley there over the town. I believe that's what people call a cloud inversion. Anyway, it was looking pretty good up there. I don't think the mist is going to hang around for too long this morning, but we'll see.
That looks good, because there's
Yeah.
still lots of mist behind it. Oh, no, look.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this tree is looking a little better actually. You can't see anything behind it, so it's really isolated in the middle of the field there. There is another tree just sort of, so there's actually two trees there. Possibly if we headed down the road a bit, we'd be able to get a different angle on it and isolate it by itself, but I don't really mind it. The other tree just sort of sticking there. At the moment, I'm sort of shooting quite wide, and it's just sort of vast, open, empty nothingness, which looks pretty good, I think. There's also a little windmill right at the back. You can only see the top of it poking up. I think with a wide shot, you can't even really see what it is. I don't think it's going to add anything to the shot. Just kind of looks like this random thing popping up from nowhere. How do you feel about pointing a little black box on a stick and talking to it?
Life has changed this century.
Running up the road, I've got my dad on camera shutter release duties, so I'm going to stand about here. I'm going to stand about here. Hang on, I'll put this down for a sec. Hang on a sec. And because I think this is quite a nice shot, straight down there. There's a tiny little bit of a bend in the road, but it just needs something in the middle, so I'm just going to stand right in the middle of the road here. And I'll put this down somewhere. that look all right? All right, let's make the long walk back and see how that goes. Now, as I'm walking back down the as I'm walking back down the road, this fog, this mist has really started rolling in again. So that very first tree that we were working on is now sort of completely covered again in this mist. See it there? So I'm going to grab that shot again now, because that's kind of how I was hoping. That's how it looked when we first drove up to it. And that's the kind of shot I was hoping to get. So this mist has rolled back in, which is exactly what we wanted, but it's actually come in a bit too heavy now, so can't really see much at all. So I might stay here, set up for a couple of minutes, see if it clears again just a little bit, and try and get a shot of this tree finally. Trying to do the classic walk down the street shot and I've lost him already. He can't keep up. Come on. Come on. Yo, you gotta go back, you gotta go back. You gotta go up, you gotta go back. I feel like we're standing around and I'm taking my sweet time to get all this footage, but I consider this payback for all of our family holidays, where you would stop our car and go and take a photo of what I thought was the most ridiculous thing, sitting on the side of the road.
Yep, that's right. Yes, I'd crawl around on my knees and you'd be chomping at the bit saying, come on, come on.
But see, now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I get it. And now it's...
This is definitely payback.
Should we drive up a bit further? Yeah, we'll drive up a bit further, see what else we can see. What we need is a couple of nice trees sort of a bit closer to the fence line so that we can actually get a nice shot of them. Yeah, we'll see what we can find. I've asked him to drive up the road just so I could get a shot of the car driving off. And he's bloody left me, hasn't he? Oh, here he is. All right, let's go catch up. So what's it like shooting now compared to 30, 40 years ago?
Well, with the old Olympus trip, you'd roll in the film and you'd say, well, this will last us for the holiday.
24 shots?
24 shots. Oh, 36. No, we you know, holiday, big holiday. Roll in the 36 and you'd take a picture and say, well, we'll take 2 or 3 more today, and I've got no idea what they're like until they come back from the chemist.
In a month or...
In a month.
Or a year.
Yes. Yeah, but
a bit spoiled now, aren't we?
Oh, we are. You know, and a couple of 100 pictures we've taken this morning. Yeah. Back then, you'd be dreaming of taking that many.
Dreaming.
Dreaming.
How far up the road did we go? 50 metres, if that. We've gone 100 metres up the road, and there's this... Look, it actually works quite well because the mist is still really, really heavy. There's this one single tree. Is it this? It might even be the same tree we were looking at before, is it? It has moved. Same tree we were looking at before, and the sun is just sort of poking through, just a tiny bit. And the combination of the mist here, you can barely see the tree, and then the sun just directly above it is, I think, going to make a really, really nice shot. And it actually works quite well in this really, really heavy mist, I think. Because the mist is so heavy, I'm having a lot of trouble focusing on this tree. So I'm actually focusing on the sun, because obviously that's the brightest spot up in the sky. And I think that might do the job. I predicted earlier this morning that this mist, this fog wasn't going to last too long. I think I was wrong, because it's just rolling in thicker and thicker. And this shot yeah, I don't think it's gonna, I think it's just a little bit too thick. A bit too much mist, too much fog for this shot that I'm trying to get now. I'm still gonna get it. I'll just see how it looks. Now, my other challenge from today, you, I believe, have an Instagram account. The grand total of the number of photos you have on there is?
0.
Yeah, it is 0.
0, yes.
But I'm going to get you to put some photos up.
All
so
right, yeah.
go and have a look. Go and have a look at some of his photos. So you've been photographing for how long? 40, 50?
60, 65. 60 years.
60 years.
Yeah, yep.
So between the time we're filming this video and the time that you're watching it, I'm going to get my dad to find some of his old photos from the 60s, 70s, 50s,
80s, yes,
20s,
yeah.
1800s. When were you born? No, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
I'm going to find some of my dad's old photos and get him to put them up there. So you can go and check out his stuff too. Right, I've got the yell from down the fence line. My dad spotted, there's another tree up here, it's sort of hiding behind a big pile of hay bales. And it's a bit closer to the fence so we can actually see it properly. Nice dead branches on there, but a bit of sort of greenery as well. So yeah, it's another tree, but that's right. All about trees today, right? There's this fence as well, just leading straight out. Where do fences go? Into the distance.
Oh, they're leading lines.
There you go, they're leading lines. Well done.
Provided for photographers.
All right, I think we're about done. It's been a pretty good misty morning. It's like the sun's up a bit now, but there's still a lot of mist hanging around. It's still pretty heavy, but the sun's sort of starting to cut through. So we're gonna head back for breakfast.
We're gonna hit the road, and I just thinking back to 1971, I was riding around Holland. Doesn't take long. It's not a big country, and I slept beside the road and woke up to the same misty morning. And there was a tree just up the road, and I wanted to take a picture of it, but I wanted a sort of a contrast between the mechanical world and the nature world. So I parked my bike beside the tree, and I went back and took the picture on the Olympus trip, and I might go back and dig through the archives and see if I can find that picture.
See if we can find it.
Yeah.
If we find it.
Yeah.
If we find it. How confident are you?
Oh, 30-70?
30-70, that's not good odds. If we find it, this is what it looks like. Anyway, look, that's it, we're done.
That's it, we're
Breakfast
done.
time. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you give this video a like, thumbs up for my dad.
Oh, a like, what's that mean?
Yeah, you'll get it, don't worry.
I'll get it, yes.
Yeah, we're done. So, till next time.
Yep.
We'll see you later.
On the road.
Nice one.
See ya.
How many missed puns have we got?
I think we missed a couple, but not many.
We did miss a few. People are actually going to watch this, you know.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Huh?
We're not just doing this for fun.
I'm going to dig around in the archives and see if I can find it.
That's a negative somewhere.
No, everything's positive. Yes.
You idiot.
All right.